Chapter 8: The Aftermath. With the revelation of the police captain's identity as the serial killer responsible for the town's recent string of murders, a sense of disbelief and outrage swept through the community. The very person entrusted with upholding the law had been the one terrorizing its residents, shattering their sense of security and trust. As the dust settled, Jack Thompson found himself grappling with a mix of emotions: relief that the killer had been apprehended, warred with a deep sense of betrayal. The man he had once looked up to as a mentor and leader had turned out to be a monster hiding in plain sight. But amidst the chaos and confusion, Jack knew that there was still work to be done. The town was reeling from the trauma inflicted by the killer's rampage, and wounds both physical and emotional needed time to heal. With the support of his colleagues and the community, Jack set out to rebuild the trust that had been shattered by the captain's crimes. It was a long and arduous process, but one that Jack was determined to see through to the end. As the days turned into weeks, Jack found himself drawn back into the routine of police work, the familiar rhythms of the precinct providing a sense of stability in the aftermath of the chaos. But beneath the surface, Jack couldn't shake the feeling that something was still amiss. The town may have been rid of the serial killer, but there were still unanswered questions lingering in the air, waiting to be resolved. Chapter 9: A New Threat Emerges. Just when it seemed that peace had finally returned to the town, a new threat emerged, one that would test Jack Thompson's resolve like never before. It started with a series of seemingly unrelated incidents: a string of burglaries, a rash of vandalism, petty crimes that seemed innocuous enough on their own. But as Jack dug deeper, he began to see a pattern emerging, a pattern that pointed to something far more sinister than mere mischief. With each new crime, the tension in the town grew palpable, its residents living in fear of the unknown. But Jack refused to let fear dictate his actions. He was determined to catch the perpetrator before they could escalate their reign of terror any further. As he combed through the evidence, Jack began to notice a familiar thread, a connection to the police department itself. It seemed unthinkable that someone within their own ranks could be responsible for the crimes, but as Jack delved deeper, he uncovered a web of corruption and deceit that stretched far beyond the precinct walls. Chapter 10: The Return of an Old Enemy. As Jack continued his investigation, he found himself facing an unexpected adversary: the former police captain, now behind bars but still wielding a dangerous influence from his prison cell. It seemed that the captain had not acted alone in his crimes, but had recruited a network of loyal followers to carry out his bidding even in his absence. And now, with the town still reeling from the aftermath of his reign of terror, his influence was stronger than ever. Determined to see justice served once and for all, Jack knew that he would have to confront the captain and his accomplices head-on, no matter the risk. But as he delved deeper into the captain's network, Jack found himself facing a formidable opponent, one who was willing to do whatever it took to protect their secrets and preserve their power. Chapter 11: The Final Showdown. In a climactic showdown, Jack confronted the captain and his accomplices, his heart pounding with adrenaline as he prepared to face the truth. And as the full extent of their crimes was laid bare, Jack knew that he had finally brought an end to the reign of terror that had gripped the town for so long. But the scars of the past still lingered, reminders of the darkness that lurked in the hearts of men. And as Jack walked away from the scene of the crime, he knew that his journey was far from over. But with each step forward, he found solace in the knowledge that he had done what was right, that he had upheld the oath he had sworn to protect and serve. And as he looked to the future, he knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, he would face them head-on with courage and determination, just as he always had. As Jack Thompson continued to serve and protect the town he called home, he knew that the lessons he had learned and the battles he had fought would stay with him forever, guiding him through whatever trials lay ahead. And as he looked to the horizon, he knew that no matter what darkness may come, the light of justice would always prevail.